Hey guys, my name is Matt Silver. I'm a physical therapist in Frederick, Maryland, and I'm with Kevin at Charm City Run Frederick, and we are talking about shoes. So this is Shoe Review Saturday, and every first Saturday of the month, our goal is we're going to take a shoe, and we're going to run in it for a little bit. So we already did our run, which was fantastic. And then we're going to talk about the benefits of the shoe, the good things about it, and also, hey, some challenges you may have if you're trying to transition to the shoe, or maybe not issues, but just kind of things going on that might give you some problems if you want to use the shoe or transition to it. So Kevin's got the Escalante. So tell me about the Ultra Escalante.
Ultra Escalante is a medium cushion running shoe. It is light, flexible. It's made out of a foam called Ultra Ego, which is soft but still very responsive and energy efficient. It has a nice wide forefoot to let your toes splay out inside the shoe, and it is zero drop or balance cushion.
Yeah, I think I like how you said that it has this wide toe box so your foot can splay out. And from a physiotherapy standpoint, this is fantastic because we weren't born with shoes on our feet. So having a shoe that allows our feet to naturally spread out. And so when we're running, when we're squatting, our feet naturally want to spread out, our toes want to grip the ground. It allows our arches to actually do what they're supposed to be doing. So I love how this shoe is flat, it has that wider toe box. So tell me more about how it's zero drop. What does that mean?
So drop is basically the ratio of stack height from the front of the shoe to the back of the shoe. A traditional running shoe, had they been built for a long time, is that you get a lot more stack in the back. If you were to cut the shoe off on top, you would see that there's almost like a wedge in the back where it's a lot thinner in the front. And if you have somebody who is really aggressively, heel striking, that back piece really soaks up a lot of that impact. But for a lot of people that are midfoot striking, they don't necessarily need all that extra heel, or might find it more fun to run with a shoe that is more balanced. So the Ultra Escalante, there is no difference from the front to the back. It's the same stack height here and here.
So I like how you talked about the heel lift, and the heel lifts are not necessarily bad. I think Kevin and John were talking earlier how when they're doing their gait assessment on somebody and they're watching how you're striking the ground, if somebody is a very big heel striker, so you're really coming down on the heel, that heel cushion will absorb some of that load, right? And that's kind of what you want. I'm not a huge fan of heel striking. I think that from a physical therapy standpoint and from a running coach standpoint, we want to land more midfoot, even more kind of ball of the foot. So if we can eventually make those changes, fantastic. But the Ultra Escalante is a fantastic shoe that no heel lift in it, so it promotes you to land a little more midfoot rather than having that heel strike.
Right.
But awesome. So tell us about the stack height of this shoe.
Stack height basically refers to how far the shoe is off the ground, or how thick it is. The Ultra Escalante is relatively thin and flexible. We find that for a lot of people, the drop is not as important necessarily as the stack height when you're getting used to something new. So some people might have a little bit more difficulty transitioning into kind of a minimalist zero drop shoe, as opposed to something like the Ultra Paradigm, which has a lot more stack, a lot more ground protection, a lot more cushion. This one's a little more stable too. But the basic principle is the same. From the front to the back, this shoe is completely level and balanced.
Nice. So I think that was something I learned from you guys. Was I didn't realize the stack height has such a huge implication on how you feel during a run. So I love how you said that if you do want to transition into a shoe that has zero drop, Ultra's a great brand, but if the Escalante might be too aggressive for you, if you're used to a traditional running shoe with the heel lift, so what was that one again?
The Paradigm.
Paradigm might be a great option for you because it does have a decent amount of that stack height and support with the benefits of being zero drop, and those benefits are, having a shoe that has a heel lift over time may tighten the ankle and the calf up a little bit. So having a shoe with zero drop is fantastic because it's going to keep your foot in a neutral position, so you're not elevated, and it doesn't allow your calf and your Achilles to get a little bit tight on you. But awesome. So I guess just let's quick summarize kind of the benefits and maybe some challenges that people may face with these shoes. So I think the benefits of the Escalante are a very wide toe box, which is fantastic.
Yep.
A lower stack height, which is a little bit more minimalist, which can be a pro and a con, I guess. Or if you're not used to that, that lower stack height might be an issue. But also the zero drop, right? That drop in it is natural. That's what we're supposed to have. So getting to that, I think, is fantastic. Not that you have to, but I think that's another benefit of it. And kind of a lot of those benefits are some issues you may have getting to zero drop. If your calf's a little bit tight, if your ankle's a little bit tight, that might cause. I think we were talking about before. There's going to be this break-in period, right?
We usually say a couple of weeks for a lot of people.
Sure. And that's all. That do you think that also has to do with the stack height of having a break-in period if you change heights?
It can. So this was the one, when I started running a zero drop, this is the one I started with, and I found it was a much easier transition than if I had started with something this low to the ground.
Awesome.
So it's different.
Yeah. So it sounds like if you do want to transition to zero drop, maybe the paradigm might be a better option for you. But by all means, you can give the Ultra Escalante a shot. I'm biased. I'm wearing them right now, so I'm a big Escalante fan. So anything else to add, Kevin, about the Escalante?
No, I just think it's a fantastic shoe, and it's one of our favorites here.
Awesome. But a wide toe box, zero drop, allows your foot to spread out and grab the ground. Fantastic shoe. But guys, thanks for joining us, and we will catch you next time on Saturday Shoe Review. Thanks again for watching and listening, guys. We really appreciate it. And there's a couple events going on at Charm City Run Frederick. One event is Muscle Monday. This is going on May 10th. At 6 o'clock p.m. Here at Charm City Run Frederick. And if you're a distance runner, and I think we were talking earlier, Kevin, about how distance runners, you need 3 things to stay active and healthy and keep injuries away. And one of those things is strength training. And sorry to say, Kevin, but if you don't strength train, running doesn't make you stronger. So I'll be hosting this. Essentially, it's going to be once a week. It's $100 for the whole 6 weeks, and I'm going to show you guys how to strength train the right way as a distance runner. So if you're like, hey man, I got this thing going on, I have this soreness that doesn't go away, especially in your calves. That's a very common spot to have soreness. I know you had something going on, Kevin.
Yep.
But strength training is a fantastic way to help get rid of the soreness and just make you a better runner, and B, keep injuries away. So if you want to run faster and stay injury free, I'd love for you to come to Muscle Monday. Also, on May 8th at 9 o'clock, right here at Charm City Run Frederick, we're having another mobility workshop on our mobility series. This time talking about the hip flexors and how if you have tightness in your hips when you're done running or during your run, some things that might be going on here, or if you have some tightness maybe in the low back, maybe some issues in your knee, even in your ankle, there's a good chance it's mobility. And mobility is one of these things too, along with strength, that we need to focus on to be a faster runner, and also a runner that can keep injuries away. So, guys, I'd love to see you guys at Muscle Monday, and also at the workshop on May 8th at 9 o'clock. That's completely free. I'll post some stuff in the bio as well about this. But thanks again for listening, and I hope to see you at the workshop on Muscle Monday.